Grabbed me. It was totally anticlimactic. And
Hello, Smoke Eater. We got blue sky. Cold? I think we're getting snow tonight. Hello, Orange Hand. How are you? Yeah, I looked last night. It's coming, I think. Take a look here. Oh, yeah. Yep. This afternoon. How much? We're just below zero here now. It ain't too bad. Orange Head, I usually noon my time, mountain time. So, yeah. Although I'll admit, sometimes it's 1 o'clock. So, yeah, maybe people don't know what's happening yet. Find out. We'll find out shortly. Yeah. What, do they shut them down in Quebec or something yesterday afternoon? Last night, maybe? Hello, Junior Johnson. Yeah, Orange Hand. That was a wicked show last night. I loved that one. It was the best I've seen in a long time. Yeah, no kidding. I don't know if he had anything to do with it getting shut down or not. Not likely. And then you get all kinds of people people who don't know what they're talking about or trying to protest it. And they don't know what the fucking hell they're talking about either. They don't know whose side they're actually on. Yeah, sorry, Junior. I don't know what to tell you. I'm hoping I didn't schedule it wrong or anything. Let's see what happens here. Hello, Turkey. I don't know if I should call you Turkey or not. Turkey Vulture is cool. Hey, Carlos. How are you? Yeah. Smoke eater. You got that right. All right. Come on down. Turkey Vulture, am likely going to wait another, I don't know, till the end of the year, most likely, I think. I got one nice one, and I don't want to go overboard. Like, I almost bought a $15 watch to work on, and I know I would never put it on. That's what I'm trying to avoid. And there's some cool stuff out there right now, like kind of around here, actually. One of the guys that actually might hopefully will show up here, he does quite a few, he flips quite a few, and he was offering me one the other day, and I just got to turn it down. No, I haven't. Keep in mind, I don't know a lot of, like, everything watch related around for me is all on YouTube, a little bit on Facebook, but I've been hearing a little bit of chatter more and more often about that, just showing up, people getting the call, which is good for them. Yeah. For the first few months, it's cool. Discover what you like, what styles you like, and yeah, just don't waste money. Don't waste money filling up a watch box. It was a Seiko. What do you call it? John Players, which I don't really know what that is. Service polished, but I don't even know what that is. I can look it up though. Alberta's good. It's good to me. There are some stuff that isn't going quite well, but for the most part, everybody's working. Golden Black Chrono. I'm going to look this up. That's kind of cool. And that's something? No problem, man. I'll bring this up for everybody to take a look at here. If anybody actually wanted it, I could probably get it for them pretty easy. I kind of like that. I had one fairly similar to that. Just quartz one though. early on in the days of collecting. And I got rid of that a while ago. It's kind of the same color scheme and all that. The Sarks, yeah, those are nice. They're underrated too, really. Okay. So I'm not used to trying to talk and navigate everything at the same time. I can't quite tell. Are these blue and gold, or is that looks pretty black to me? There's a blue one. As far as I remember, the color scheme I assumed would be blue and gold. I don't know. If I get real ambitious, I'll get a Oyster Perpetual. I don't even know the number. I haven't picked one out yet. I might go big, or I might just get a Black Bay, which is also nice. So I don't have a dive watch at the moment. Well, haven't had one in a little while. Yeah, orange hand, exactly. Well, okay. Am I just thinking regular old John Players? Yeah, smoke heater. It's kind of the plan so far. Just waiting for everyone else to show up here. Hopefully they do. Thomas kind of lined everything up. I'm just navigating the internet, basically. He's let's see how I can do this. I'll see what he's brought up here. He sent me a lot of really cool pages, actually. These pelicans, we've seen these before. Not my personal taste for keeping, for looking pretty. Let's see what else we've got here. Oh, hey, Thomas. All right. Now we got the proper got the right man for the job on now. And no worries, man. I'm amazed that I made it on time, actually. Been looking at some of these rolls and whatnot. And I kind of just want to make them. Yeah, there was a fight last night, wasn't there? I've been out of the loop on that in a bad way. Used to watch the original Pride and all that. K1. Used to love that stuff. Hello, Thomas.
Hi there, Zipper. How you doing, my friend?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, not so bad. Just like to say hello to everyone in the chat. Carlos, Turkey Vulture, Junie Johnson, Smoke Eater. How y'all doing, guys? You all right? Joining us on a Sunday for a wind down.
Yeah.
Wristicuffs. For Wristicuffs, Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder. What did you all think to the fight?
I didn't even see it. I wish I should have. I gotta get back into that.
Yeah.
There was
Tyson Fury's 7th round win, wasn't it?
That's crazy.
So, what have you been up to watch-wise for the past week?
Honestly, not a lot. Just watching some
you,
videos. Yeah.
I saw you on the ID Guy stream last night.
Oh, that was a great show, hey?
Great show, isn't it? Yeah, good stream. What a good idea.
Yeah, that was awesome. It was
great idea
very
to bring
impressive.
great idea to bring the community together, isn't it? To share everyone's wrist shots of what they wear each day, and the type of watches people wear.
Yeah, and he's so good at getting everybody involved. You know.
That's it. That's what it's all about. It's about bringing everyone together in that way. You know, just
sharing what people watching last night. That was awesome.
Yeah, share what you wear.
Yeah. I'm sure he'll keep it up. He'll do that every month from now on.
Yeah, it's a great format.
Yeah,
definitely.
Yeah. So I've been. Do you want to jump right into the storage thing? Because I got a bunch of stuff. Oh, kind of.
Yeah. That was prompted by Smoke. That was prompted by Smoke Eater. He sent me an email about some cases that he'd been looking at. He'd been to he'd had a look at a watch roll from a company called BosphorusLeather.com. And they apparently do quality leather watch rolls, and apparently they say excellent watch rolls works well to either protect your watch collection during travel or simply just pampering your timepieces to beautiful compact storage. Our products are meticulously handmade with classic craftsmanship techniques in patina arts, which comes from our long history of shoemaking experience. So there you go. Yeah. So they look like really nice leather products, and I must say I've been to Turkey a lot myself, and their leather really is nice. They do really quality leather products.
And that's where they're based out of Turkey?
Yeah, they're based out of Malatya in Turkey. I looked them up on their site, and so yeah, Smokey, you seem to have gone for a really good choice here, my friend.
Yeah.
They seem to be doing some nice products there.
Oh, have I gotten to the end? See what I can look up here. Like, these suitcases are incredible. If yeah, that's what we're looking at. Yeah. Smokey, you're getting one of these? Or is it one of these rolls? See what we can find here. Those are cool. Oh, 200, 300 bucks. Oh, well. It's handmade. Jeez. You do some nice work. The 3-roll. Let's see here. Bring that one up. This one here. Oh, that's very cool. even with a like a Panerai style buckle on it. Well, it's got a full-on watch strap on it, actually. Oh.
Whoa.
Oh,
Don't
did
know
I?
what happened there.
Don't know. Did I mute you or something? Sorry
I
about
don't
that.
know.
I just realized as I was gawking at these that you weren't there for a second.
I think I might have had a rooted router. But, so yeah, they look nice, these, don't they?
Yeah, that's amazing.
Oh, so Smokey's ordered the third one in the top roll. Right.
Third one.
He has a couple of wolf rolls. They're simple and inexpensive.
Oops.
Yeah, so I thought this could be a good topic that we could chat about. How do we store our watches and
Yeah.
when at home and at traveling, and how do people store our watches, or do we just toss them around? Do we just not take care of them,
Yeah.
or do we
I
store?
am personally guilty of both.
Do we store them in bank vaults, or do we store them in fancy cases, or just keep them in the boxes that they come in?
Yeah.
How
How about
do we
yourself?
keep that?
Because you've
I'm a
got
bit.
some proper pieces that should not be left lying about.
Yeah, I tend to just keep them in the boxes they come in, to be honest with you, and pull them out now and again. And some didn't come in boxes, and I get service boxes when I get them serviced. I get like I've just had my baby Plow Prof serviced.
You've got that back
No,
now, don't you?
I've just got that back, yeah.
Nice.
And I got that a service case here.
Oh, let's see. How do I do this?
If I can just so this is just in an Amiga service case. So I just got it back on Monday.
Where did they send those?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
they put them in these. So I just got that back on Monday.
Very nice.
I still haven't unwrapped it from the plastic.
Let it stay nice and shiny for a little while.
Yeah, they've ultrasonically cleaned the bracelet because it's really shiny.
Yeah, that looks great.
So
did they polish the case and everything? Looked like it for.
They've serviced the case and they've given me a little bag with they give me this bag with all the parts that they're taken out.
Oh wow, they really did an overhaul on it, didn't they?
Yeah, so they give me all the service parts that they've taken out.
Nice.
All these little cogwheels.
Yeah. I've heard people. You don't regret doing that, do you? Getting it serviced?
Not at all. No.
No,
No.
you'll hear people say
there's a new crown and a new date wheel and a load of cogs and spring bars and bits and bobs, and
so it'll probably run for another 20 years, even without a service.
I'll unwrap it now.
Nice.
Let's unwrap it and get it on. I'll just put it on.
Yeah, Smoke Eater, it does look brand spanking new, doesn't it? There's some Omegas that, you wouldn't want to take You wouldn't want to get them serviced. They'll just rip everything down, and which
There you go.
very nice. That looks sharp. I love that bracelet. So, did it cost a fair amount, or was it fair? Was it a fair price?
£466.
Hmm.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, but it's essentially brand new again. So,
Yeah.
one guy I know, he's got one of these cheap automatics, and it had damage to it. He sent his in, and I want to do the same thing. I want to send mine in. It's not damaged too badly. The bezel could use like it's just got a couple little nicks in it, a little bit of shining up on it, make it like brand new. Hello, howdy. Oh, hope you weren't sitting there too long.
No, just a couple minutes.
Oh, sorry about that. Too busy gawking at the Ploprof. How do you pronounce it? Ploprof?
Ploprof,
baby,
right?
baby Ploprof.
Ploprof. I cannot spit that one out.
They did a really good job on his service. Really.
How long did it take?
Oh, I took it in before Christmas, so it's been a long time. Yeah, it's been 6 weeks or so.
Wow. But totally worth it, I say.
Yeah.
How are you doing today, NS something?
I'm doing good. Nice weather. Good end of the weekend, I think.
Nice. We were
Yeah, you got some watch news as well, haven't you, NS?
Yeah, I got that bracelet for the Moser Pioneer.
Nice.
you're gonna have to show it off at some point.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder if I can share a picture of it. Or you know what I can do? I can probably turn it into my avatar.
There you go.
Let me do that quickly.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. I still don't know entirely how all this works.
Well, it was on ID Guy. It was on ID Guy yesterday. That was a bracelet on the Moser Pioneer.
Ah.
Yep.
He showed.
Nice.
Let me get something.
Oh. Hello, Blue Shirt.
Hey guys, hey Zippo, how are you, man?
Good. How are you?
Hi, Blue Shirt.
I'm good. Hey Thomas. Hey NS.
Yeah, hi, Blue.
Hey, Blue Shirt.
Oh, there we go.
Very nice.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm very happy with it. It's working out very well. Took me a couple of days to get it resized, but went well. So
Awesome, congratulations. It's beautiful.
yep, thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one of the highlights of the show last night, wasn't it?
I mean, last night's show was really cool. I thought it was a really great idea to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really interesting.
Yeah, it was.
What are you wearing today, Blue Shirt?
I got my birth year watch on.
Oh, nice. New Omega.
My Omega Seamaster 30.
Nice.
Anybody else?
No, go ahead.
Yeah. I got a bit static.
Yeah. I don't know what to do. Blue shirt, could that be you?
Maybe it is. Maybe I'll.
Oh, it
Oh, now
sounds
it's
okay
gone.
now.
Huh.
Is it me maybe, or do you hear it now?
No,
I don't
it
know.
went away.
I got three things open, so
Oh.
I was trying to get on my computer and couldn't do that. I had to get on my phone, so maybe it is me. I got my iPad open too, so all right. I think it's gone now.
Yep. All good. Oh, spoke too soon.
It's probably me. Wait a second.
So, yeah, blue shirt. I don't think it's you now
No? Okay.
because NS something is on mute.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it was him.
Could be.
Yep.
Looks like we got a good crew. Howdy from Texas and Carlos and Smoke Eater and Orange Hand. Welcome, guys.
Yeah, good crew today.
Junior Johnson, I think, is in there too. If I'm not mistaken. Yep.
Yeah.
Welcome, everybody.
Appreciate everybody coming in. It's
Are
a
you
lot
guys-
of fun.
Are you guys still hearing the static, or it's better?
Nope, don't hear it now.
Okay.
All good now.
Change the headsets and microphones. Should be better now.
Yep.
So how's the timekeeping on that birth year watch?
It's not bad. It's not bad. It's about 10 seconds a day, so I'll take it.
Yeah,
Especially
I mean,
on a non-hacking movement. It's not bad.
Yeah, non-hacking, non-chronometer certified.
Right.
Old, it's
Yep, but they did a nice job rehabbing this, so I'm real happy. It's a little small. It's 35.5, but I was just happy to find something bigger than 34 and in decent shape for a decent deal. So I'm a happy guy.
Very nice.
Yeah, it's a lovely watch, blue shirt.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you. They did a nice job on your baby Plopprof, Thomas.
Yeah, they did. I'm really happy with it. Yeah, it's great.
I have to wonder if part of the taking some time for the service is if they had to hunt down some of those parts.
Yeah, you would have to think that how much stock they have from the 70s.
Well, I'm sure they have
some.
some. Yeah, I'm sure they have some like at the head office, right? But they'd have to ship it out, and at least you're in the UK, so it's not that big of a deal. But if you were in the US, I figure they'll ship like every couple of weeks or something.
Yeah, I didn't think about that, to be honest with you.
Yeah, for you would have to assume that some of those replacement parts, Thomas, came from Omega in Switzerland.
Mm-hmm. Unless that was such a popular model in the UK, right? That they sold so many and they have so many.
You never know. You never know.
Because I'm not sure that a lot of those, I don't know how many of those parts it shared with other watches, right? Like the font and everything else. So.
Yeah. Interesting. So, do you want to get onto the storage topic, guys?
Sure.
Yeah. So I had a look at the pouches that Smoke Eater talked about. I thought we'd have a look at the ones that Neo was talking about. He stores his watches in. He stores his in watchpodcases.com. Did you get that link, Zippo?
I have a whole bunch of them up. I might be easier for me just to do this.
Yeah, just to click on one.
Yeah. Sorry, what was the name of them? The
Watchpodcases.com.
Watch pod cases. Okay.
Oh,
These
nice
are the
avatar
ones, eh?
picture.
Yeah. That's on. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So Neo was saying that he uses these ones, the little ones, just the single ones. They're a bit like a service pouch that I've got. I got my Panerai back in a service pouch, a bit like that.
Yeah, those things are actually interesting. I had heard about them, right, but kind of ignored those things for a while, and then I realized that a lot of people use those for storing the watches in their safe, like at the bank safe, you know.
Right.
It's certainly a good price. 10, $15
Yeah.
for a
Very
little
good,
guy
isn't
like
it?
that.
Yeah, those things are cool.
Yeah. Bang them into each other all you want, and they're just fine. A watch band travel case.
Yeah, watch band travel case, like if you're taking a vacation with like a Panerai and you can't like not change the strap every 5 minutes. Yeah, the watch band travel case seems like a solution looking for a problem.
Yeah, that's a very good way of putting it.
I mean, unless you have a bunch of Hermes brand bands, and you have like $40,000 in watch bands.
Yeah.
So NS said he uses the Nalpac, which was the one you had up earlier on, the nalpac.com,
Yeah,
the Pelican.
yeah, that one is really it's a really low cost solution, um, because you can order the foam from Nalpac. And Thomas, there's actually a company that one of the first companies to start that was actually a company in the UK, not Nalpac. It's
Right.
another company. I forget what their name is. And so the cool thing is you can just get the foam, and then you can just order the Pelican case locally. If you're in the US, I think Nalpac is a great deal all around for getting both at the same time. But like, let's say you're in
Yeah.
Canada, you just get the foam shipped. It doesn't cost that much. And those Pelican cases, you can get them on eBay for close to nothing. And it's really cool. It's waterproof, right? And it fits in a safe real well. And there's a lot of room for the watches, because I have a couple of Wolf watch boxes, and they're great, but they're a little bit narrow, where if you have two 40 to 42 millimeter watches, one next to each other, it feels like they could touch each other when you move it. So that's a better option.
Cases, are they all watch cases? No. This is kind of a modular thing too.
Yeah, they look good being waterproof. Definitely look good being waterproof.
Mm-hmm. And you can get that's the one I have. It's for 6B. There's some for 8, for 10. There's some huge ones for. I guess they'll make some for any size Pelican case.
So another one
Foam on. Oh,
I saw
really?
was the
Let's see here. Sorry, say again the name.
Yeah, another case I saw was the Maxwell Scott one.
Okay. Oh. Oh.
Oh, blue shirt.
Uh-oh. Let's post that again and hope that he shows up. Sorry, the Maxwell Scott?
Maxwell Scott, yeah. The
Okay.
Atella. That's it.
That is very nice.
Yeah, this was a leather watch case from a UK-based company that I saw. It comes in
Nice
3
color.
different colours.
Yeah.
I think there's a picture lower down which shows watches in it.
Okay. That's got one watch in it.
All right. Is there another one as well?
Maybe a little lower. Oh, maybe not.
Oh no.
That's quite nice. Trying to figure. Trying to kind of look at how this thing is built. Let's see here. I don't know if you can see the cursors.
You just have to be careful with those flat ones that you don't put your watch in a way that the bracelet will keep rubbing on the case.
Yeah.
If you have bracelet watches.
Yeah.
And even if you have a leather strap, right? Some of them where you can't really center the strap. You might be, creating a fold on the strap or getting some premature damage on the strap. So you have to be careful with those.
It's very nice looking though. $180. Let's see if I can find some description on these. Watch is up to 45 mil diameter, so it's a little bit tight, but should be okay. 8 slots. Full grain leather. That's good.
You could start making these, Paul.
Pardon me?
You could start making these.
Yeah, there's. Well, I some of them that I was looking at, I could make while doing this stream if I wanted to. There's some pretty simple ones out there, and oh shit, oops. Well, that wasn't supposed to happen. All right.
Well, one thing you could make was the other one. Another one was the Stockyard Exchange watch roll.
Mm-hmm. That's okay. Let me get into that screen here. Watch roll. These ones, I do like the simple design of these.
Now that sort of thing you could make.
Yeah. I should make something like that, actually.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. It's not.
Yeah, there's a guy on Facebook that makes some, and one really cool design is if you can make it so that the strap or the bracelet isn't folded back like that, right? It's just on the completely, longer. So you have the strap on each side of the case, and then they have like a little flap of leather sewn after each watch, so that when you roll it up, the watch faces won't touch each other.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a really cool roll for either travel or just putting in the bank safe or even keeping at home,
Yeah. So there could be a few I wonder how much does this one go for? Does it say?
$36.
See, that's not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, a little extra flap too. Yeah, you could. A little bit of redesign on this and a little extra leather would go a long way.
Mm-hmm. I think a lot of those places get all of those made by the same company, I think, and then they resell them with their own branding.
Yeah. I kind of assume that's what everybody does with their NATO straps that they sell.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
There's probably one place in China that's making them, and you get your little your laser engraving on the buckle and take it from there.
Mm-hmm. That's why I was pretty surprised when I went to Aaron Bespoke / Combat Straps, that guy that makes a lot of straps. He's based here in Montreal, and when I went to get a strap from him, I visited his workshop, and it's really cool to see. It's a bunch of people working in a workshop. It's not a sweatshop. They're not like being paid like $2 an hour or something. It's real people doing real work with high quality materials. So it was very nice seeing that.
Mm-hmm. You got one of his?
Yeah, I did for for my master control date sector dial. I got it's a very plain brown leather strap. When I got that watch, I kind of wanted to wear it as a more like casual watch, but I don't use it that much anymore because I have other more casual watches, I guess. But he does really great work, and if you're not happy, he'll start over or sell you something else. He's a really good guy.
Wow.
Yeah, howdy from Texas. I was just gonna say the Planet Ocean 39 is a really nice watch. Yeah.
Yeah, and if you like the Planet Ocean, there's a lot of them out there, and a lot of them at good prices. So there's a big variety of models, colors. They're great watches. Plus, on top of that, they had more modern. I think they had the more modern movements earlier than the normal Seamaster, right? The Seamaster Professional. So you can get them a little bit on the older side and still get a really nice watch with a really good movement. And Smoke Eater, yeah, go Habs, but like I've been conditioned by the last 30 years to just assume they're not going to do much good. So,
history.
Yeah.
Junior Johnson, I think he's asking what the name of the combat straps.
Combat straps. It's basically you can find it combatstraps.com or Aaron Bespoke. Really, really cool guy, and really cool materials. And look, I'm sort of lucky because I'm in Montreal and he's in Montreal, so I can go to his shop and he'll show you all the materials he has. Right, he can, like, let's say you want a crocodile strap, he'll show you like the whole piece, and he'll ask you where which part do you want cut and all that stuff. He's a really, really cool guy. And if you go on one of his two websites, but it's really the same thing, he's got a huge gallery of a bunch of watches and straps, so that can give you an idea and help you choose. So really cool guy.
How about for a few minutes we go look at look at those. And then we'll get back to the storage.
Yeah, sure.
Sure.
So
I'll do
I'm
it.
kind of interested myself.
And it's actually a good segue because he does also make watch rolls and things like that. And if you go on his website, it's really cool because he does other leather goods. So if you want like a wallet or like a briefcase or something that matches the strap you're getting, some people get that too. So
Nice.
it's really cool.
By the way, let's just shout it out there that if anybody wants to join the stream, they can jump on.
Yep.
If anybody feels like jumping on with us and chatting, telling us about their watch collections and how they're going to watches, and just generally chatting about stuff on the stream,
Yep.
you're more than welcome.
I know
Yep,
some
more
of
the
you
merrier.
guys have joined streams before. So, and hey, blue shirt's back.
Right on.
Yeah, Turkey. There's a couple of guys that do good.
Hey, how are you?
Yep. Hey, Bruce.
Yeah, good.
Yeah, there's a couple of guys that do good straps in the U.S. as well. I think there's a guy in I forget the name, but I think Bill Sanders mentioned him once. He made a strap for his Lang & Hein. I think a guy in South Carolina or something makes really cool straps too.
Yeah, these are a little bit above my skill set, but it's not impossible.
I mean,
That's nice.
yeah,
Nice
they make
straps there, isn't there?
yeah, really nice straps with stitching that's color coordinated, and because you want something good.
Yeah, lovely.
There's a lot of guys on different Facebook groups that sell straps, and sometimes you see what people are buying, and it's all straps with stitching that's all over the place and
Yeah.
all crooked and stuff. You know, look, it's more expensive, but if you're buying a watch at that price, you can invest a little bit on the strap.
That's beautiful.
This
Mhm.
one here
Yeah,
is
that is gorgeous.
yeah, that's Stingray.
That's
And
nice.
these pearls, like you get one of them per ray. One
Yep.
set of these pearls. So if it's on the top end here, then that's 2 rays to make this strap,
Mm-hmm.
which is pretty cool.
Yep.
Beaver tail, I can get some beaver tail if anybody wants that.
Yeah, I've been thinking about beaver tail. You know, like this one that you have on the screen right now. Something like that, but maybe black would go with blue stitching would go well on my Pioneer.
Very nice. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Another thing that's really cool on a sportier watch like the Pioneer, and it's actually an option that Moser sells on those. It's black alligator or crocodile, but matte black. That looks really cool and a little bit sportier than just crocodile. So.
Oh. I got to see a Hermes Himalayan crocodile hide last weekend. A girl that I went and got a piece of shell Cordovan from had a friend who worked at Hermes, and it's albino. It's albino crocodile, and it's very rare. It's kind of neat seeing that just hanging on the wall.
Very cool.
Yeah. Let's see what else he's got here. So he does canvas as well.
Egyptian themed, that isn't it? Egyptian style.
Yep.
Oh, I like that one.
This one?
Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah. Alligator. That's a very nice watch as well.
Tis.
Good pairing.
Yep.
Yeah. What is that one? Yeah, there's some beaver. More of that, more of the same. That's what I like.
Yeah, that's nice too.
Yeah. The blue with that, that actually would look that would go well with my Omega, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, your blue speedy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would look awesome.
Yeah. Oops. I've got this to play with, so.
Just always remember, if you're going to start changing straps a lot, to get a good spring bar tool, high quality.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You can get on Amazon the actual good ones, right? That there's that company that makes all the tools for the watchmakers. It's called Bergeon, and you can get them on Amazon, and it's not that expensive. Okay, it's not like $5 like the Chinese ones, but for around $40-$50 you can get something good, and it's not going to break, it's not going to slip,
right,
it's not going to scratch your watch.
Yeah, no, I agree. I have one of those, and it's fantastic.
Mm-hmm. And if you're going to use a lot of straps, they make like the standard model that works well on a bracelet, but the model for straps, the end is more like a wedge, and it's much wider. It's made so that you can easily and safely push a leather band away a little bit to go and release the spring bar, right? So you don't actually damage the leather or slip and scratch the watch. So
that's on Amazon?
Yeah, you can get them on Amazon.
Okay. Good to know.
I think it's the 67 tool. Like
exactly.
Yeah. Or Smoke Eater says 7825. Let me look that up. Oh yeah, the 7825. Yeah, I have a 7825. That's a little bit expensive, but if you have bracelets, like Rolex bracelets or something, it just makes everything so much easier.
Yeah.
It's the spring bar tweezers. It's
$80 on a tool, or a couple $100 getting scratches polished out of it.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know. Yeah, my I've got two, and they just suck, both of them. Like, one of them is from Walmart, so I didn't expect anything good. I was surprised that they even had them there.
Yeah, Carlos, Esslinger is a very, very great place for tools, and I'd say also supplies, because, like, let's say you have a bracelet that's, let's say, pin and collar, right, or pin and sleeve. If you somehow break the collars or misplace them, they have them every size, every length. It's a really good place to buy stuff from.
Make note on that one too, then.
Yep. And it's yep.
I was just saying, I know you're Mr. Moser of the group, and you recently got the bracelet for your Pioneer. I was just thinking, what's your opinions on Clive's new acquisition? His Moser Endeavor, small seconds.
Oh, I think it's a really cool watch. The only thing I'll say about those, it's like my Endeavor Center Seconds. They're really good deals, but they're very steadily disappearing. So if you find one of these older ones that you like and that is at a good price, I would not hesitate, because so before the Milan family took over Moser, they weren't doing that well marketing wise. So there were tons of them that weren't being sold, even though they never really made more than 1,500 watches a year. So when I say tons, it's not that many, right? But those deals are slowly going away. If you look on Chrono 24 or any other place, there aren't that many left anymore. So if they're great deals, but if you find one that you like, I wouldn't hesitate too long, because it's, I think, I don't exactly know what price he paid, but it was on Delray watches. And what he got is it's a big, massive gold dress watch with a great movement. You can't expect to get those at amazing deals forever. I think the brand is really taking off. So,
And they're not so much of a flipper's watch to begin with, are they?
no, they
Like,
don't get flipped a lot. So
No.
when they go off the market, I think that's the point that I think Tim Masso's tried to make in the past. I think it's the same thing with Jones, right? People buy them, sure, right, out of 100, 10%, 15% will get flipped, but most of them don't get flipped and don't go on the market anymore. So it's I was very, very lucky. I got both of mine. My Endeavor, I got it in, I guess, the end of 2008. Well, yeah, let's say middle or end of 2018. And it was a brand new watch. It had never been sold before. So new old stock in the box with the stickers still on. And yeah, I don't even want to say how much I paid for it. I got it at a stupid price, really. And same thing with my Pioneer. I got a very good deal on it. And now if you look on Chrono 24, the Pioneers, they're asking pretty much close to retail price. So
Really?
yeah. So it's a very good deal. He did good buying that. I mean, hopefully he likes it, right? And it's not just a watch that he
I
just
think
likes
he
to flip.
does, yeah.
But, yeah.
No, I think he's pretty fond of it.
How long ago? He just got that one. Was it this week or last week? Clive.
Last week, I believe.
Last week, yeah.
I don't know. I don't think he's done a channel or a video on his channel about it. Maybe, but if he has, I haven't seen it.
Yeah, no, I don't think he has.
He did. I think he did a video about. I think it's called "Who Buys These New" or something. Yeah, about like how crazy it is to buy them new because they lose so much value. Which I don't think it's a great message to send out because it's going to get to a point. It's like a jaune, right? It's going to get to a point where it's going to be hard to get them used at good prices. So.
Well, I mean, what Watchfinder did the video, didn't they? Which was why buy a Patek when you can have a Moser, or it was called something like that, wasn't it?
Yeah, they did that about the perpetual calendar.
Yeah.
And it's I completely look. I really like Moser, right? So disclaimer: I'm incredibly biased. I like Moser. I like JLC, so I always talk those up. But yeah, their perpetual calendar is it's the perfect perpetual calendar. Great movement, great functionality. You can set it in 2 directions. Yeah, it's a great movement.
All right.
So, do you want to see a few more watch rolls, or do you want to go on to something else?
Let's actually. There's a few more up here that we can look at for sure. These ones. This is what I wanted to take a closer look at personally. Burton. Okay, well, I guess if you, I'll show the Barton ones quickly, and then take a look at some of the other ones because they're pretty much the same.
Yeah.
Very standard issue, eh?
Mm-hmm.
So $50.
Hey, Robert Padilla.
Oh.
Hey, Robert.
Hey, Robert.
Hey.
No worries, man.
Yeah, so this is a basic canvas watch roll.
Yeah, that
Just like the leather one, but it's a waterproof waxed canvas one.
I don't know why it's not showing that. Let's see if I get a.
Oh.
Yeah. Something with okay, so that's probably the more ideal way of carrying them around. Yeah. What else do they have? Oh, they have buckles. All right. Well, I didn't know they sold all that other stuff, so that's good to know.
Yeah, watch pins and spin bars.
Yeah, I do like their cheap rubber straps that they've got on Amazon. Those things are quite comfortable.
Yeah, rubber straps are very often underrated, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah, this was a vegan leather travel case.
They remove it surgically.
So the one problem with that watch roll, though, and you have to be careful with a lot of watch rolls, is the lack of separations. Because if the watch slips or something, so
yeah, I have a I think it's a Wolf 3 watch roll, and there's two small dividers that help the watches not bump into each other.
Yeah, that's very
they help.
Yeah, that
helps.
Yeah.
Because one like this, right? I kind of have to say it's good if you're just using it as a watch case in your house, right?
Mm-hmm.
But for travel, I would want something like your Wolf. And are the ones on the Wolf adjustable where you can slide them one way or another?
Yes. Yeah, they are.
So if you have, like, let's say one of those like really weird, like those old Roger Dubuis, really wide watches, right, that take like a space and a half or something, you can still use it for two watches instead of three.
Mm-hmm.
But no matter what, you're not going to have one watch like bump into the other, because that would suck, right? If that happens in the
big time.
Plus, remember, right? If you have, everybody wants those steel watches that are scratch resistant, hardened steel, but that steel is very good at scratching other steel. So,
exactly.
Yeah.
I'll be right back, guys.
No worries.
All right, see you in a minute.
Wolf. What am I looking at here?
Robert Padilla, you should not cancel your trip to Rome. No, definitely not. Definitely go to Rome. It's beautiful.
They're calling it an outbreak, but I don't think we're talking about like a few dozen cases, right? In Italy?
Is it in Italy?
Coronavirus? No, he's saying should he cancel his trip?
I didn't know it was there. I'm not surprised, but
yeah, but it's just a few cases. So.
Last I'd heard is Iran might be the next rough place to go, but not that anybody's really going there anyways.
Yeah, it's pretty concerning, right? There's at least it's a Canadian that was in contact with somebody from Iran and caught it, right? Or came back from Iran with it. So it's not a great situation.
No. Okay, let's see what I can find here. Trying to find.
Yeah, you got a couple more to look up. Was it the wolf one?
Yeah, I found it. I'm looking on their website too.
Watcho.co.
Case elegance.
Watcho.co.
Okay.
Yeah, Orange Hand. I guess you should if you needed more reasons to.
Yeah, so now we're getting into bigger watch box territory, aren't we?
Mm-hmm. Wolf is nice, but I would only buy Wolf when it's on sale at Amazon, because it's always on sale there. And I'll say this about Wolf. They make great products, but I don't think it's as high quality as people keep saying. I have two Wolf boxes, and the bigger one, the 10 watch one that I have, like the inside liner started coming unglued, and I had to glue it back. So I don't think it's. Look, I know stuff happens, right? There's QA issues with everything, but
Still,
yeah,
cheaping out on glue is a bad sign.
Yeah, I have that one, except that it's the wooden one, and I think this one, the leather coated one, is better because the wood one, the slots are pretty deep, and the pillows are pretty thin. So when you put your watch on the pillow and put the watch in, if it's a little heavy, it sinks to the bottom, and so then your crown will basically be holding up the watch on the side.
Yeah.
So
That
sucks, doesn't it?
Yeah.
What else do they have? Well, we'll look at their rolls as well.
Yeah, Orange Hand, you have the tray, right? I think the trays are actually built better the way the pillows are. I've seen the trays. They're the stackable ones, and they even make the trays with a cover. I think those are actually built better than the boxes that are much more expensive.
Oh, rolls, right.
Somebody does Blue Shirt
have that again? $199.
Ooh. Yeah, but again, I think if you go on Amazon, like, let me check right now, although it's going to be Amazon.ca, but like a 3-watch roll right now, the one with the separators on Amazon, it's 134 Canadian. So I guess it's like $100 US.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's not bad.
Wow,
much better.
Blimey.
See, I would, yeah. I don't think I'd ever travel with more than 2 watches.
Oh no.
Maybe someday, but as far as display, this isn't bad.
Mm-hmm.
No, if I travel, I usually take one nice watch and one plastic watch to swim in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get like traveling with a bunch of watches. There's always people like online that ask for advice on what watches they're gonna bring with them. on a trip. I think like one guy was going to Mexico, like Cancun or something, and he's hesitating like which 4 watches he was going to bring, and he needed like 2 sport watches and 2 dress watches, and it's like, dude, like that's a lot of watches to take care of on a holiday. You know?
Yeah, and then I don't know. It's a whole lot easier just taking one or none.
Yeah, and a cheap one at that, right?
Yeah.
Look, I have an Apple Watch, right? And it feels like it would be the perfect travel watch and utility watch. But even that on when you travel is a tough sell for me because you have to charge it, so you have to bring the charger for it. Like a simple Swatch or Seiko that you don't have to worry about that you can lose on that trip.
Yeah.
It's
a little more practical.
Yeah, Junior Johnson. Yeah, exactly. And hotel safes. All I'll say is
they're not that safe.
Look, all I will say about small safes like that, one YouTuber that I watch a lot is called the Lock Picking Lawyer. I don't know if any of you have ever watched this channel.
Yep.
But it makes you rethink safes, locks.
Hey, we got Orange Hand backstage.
Oh, cool.
Oh, do we?
Are you backstage, Orange Hand?
Let me try getting rid of this once this screen and.
Or maybe he was and he's not anymore.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah, you can try joining again.
Orange Hand, jump on again, mate.
Yeah,
I'd love to have you.
Yeah, come on back.
We're not experts at this, right?
Yeah, no.
Yeah, come back. Sorry about that, my friend. We missed you. We'd love to have you on. Come back, please. Yeah. Sorry about that.
Yeah, so I've seen way too many videos of him opening a safe with a spoon, right? So, hey, Orange Hand.
There we are.
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Good. How you doing?
How are you?
Hey,
doing well.
all right,
Doing well. This is my first time on air. It's exciting.
Welcome.
Oh, welcome. Yeah, how you doing, my friend? Good to
doing
hear
well.
you.
Doing well.
Good.
Yeah, this is a good place to cut your teeth on the live streams, I figure.
Yeah, no kidding. Archie would probably be the worst option.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. For sure.
In general, the worst option.
Yeah. Archie or one of these other streamers where it starts off with discussion on watches and then it goes into something you don't want to be a part of.
Lord knows
later.
what. Exactly.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, definitely. So, Orange Hand, tell us about your wristery.
I guess I've always been into watches, but in the last couple of years, got a little bit more into it, and I guess in terms of the online community, I think it's like the typical path. You start with your TGV,
right,
and kind of move along the with all the different channels and kind of get better advice and learn a little bit more along the way. So I had I guess first mechanical was like a Seiko 5, which I guess is pretty typical. And kind of moved up from there, and I guess now my daily's an Explorer 2.
Nice.
Yeah, I've got the black dial. I'm a big fan of the 1655, like I'm sure ID guy and a lot of other Rolex fanboys are.
Mm-hmm.
And but lately I'm taking my collection into a pretty much exclusively vintage. So I'm wearing like modern Explorer 2 and then everything else is I've kind of sold off everything else that wasn't a vintage piece, and I'm only really buying vintage because it just doesn't really. I feel like the Explorer 2 is just a perfect daily watch for me, and it can really just do it all. So why take it off? And but I'm still a horology geek, so I want to get stuff that I'm interested in, I can learn about, and so I've got a bunch of vintage pieces.
Cool. Yeah, no, I know what you mean. It's rare that I take my Explorer 2 off, and my other watches aren't getting any wrist time. I just wear it pretty much every day. Weekends I try and switch things around, but it doesn't always work out that way.
Yeah. No, I know the feeling. It's I put it down. I'll leave it at home and wear a different watch to work, and then I'll miss it.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
So it's funny. Yeah. And then I kind of force myself to wear my vintage pieces on the weekends.
Yeah. I was wearing my Speedy yesterday and earlier today, and then I decided to wear my Omega Seamaster 30, my vintage 1963. But I'm thinking of switching back to the Explorer 2 because I miss it.
Yeah,
That's a great watch. Thomas,
you
you're due to
well,
get one, right?
We know too well. So
Thomas,
what
you getting an
vintage have you
Explorer
got?
2 anytime soon?
Oh well, yeah. ID guy put that seed in my head. Yeah, he's put the idea of getting a Polar Explorer 2 in my head, and I've already been to my AD and questioned them how long it would take, and they said a couple of years, but they said but that was what I presume they say that to everyone. That's what the manager said, But he said, "Well, come and put your name down." So I presume that would mean a few months rather than a few years.
Correct. Correct.
That's crazy to have to put your name
Yeah.
down for that watch. It's just
So I just need to wait and juggle around funds basically and see how the money goes, and
All right. You're in no rush, man.
and then go and put my name down. But yeah, I'd love to get one. I think the 42mm contemporary version is the way to go. To be honest with you, I love that orange hand on the contemporary version. That is more of a throwback to the 1655. It's more akin to the 1655. That wider orange hand, GMT hand.
yeah,
It's great.
Yeah,
So
I
orange
like
hand. Orange hand. Can you tell us what vintage you've got stashed away then? What vintage have you got in your collection?
Oh. Hello,
Orange hand, you there, mate?
Maybe we lost them.
Maybe.
Oh,
It says it's still here. Give it a minute and
yeah. We'll give
What
him a second.
Yep.
Carlos is saying that the last time he went to his AD, they had a Polar in the case.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's. But that seems to be the case with Carlos's, and it's there's a lot of stock. Oh, here we go. Oh, beautiful orange hand. Yeah,
Oh, nice.
Gonna show some watches. Show some watches, my friend. Yes. So what we got here?
Oh, what am I gonna do here? Trying to make it. I don't know how to make
full
his.
screen if you can.
Yeah. Oh, what's gonna happen?
Can you get him full screen? So what have we got here, orange hand? All right.
What is that?
So looks like some limited edition racing edition, doesn't it?
I got him muted somehow.
No, he's not muted. Maybe he's not got his mic in.
Yeah.
Yeah, it might be that he switched.
Yeah. Oh, that is cool.
Yeah. And Carlos, I've seen there's
Oh, nice.
that's
Speedmaster
nice.
2.
Very
Speedmaster
nice.
Mark 2. Beautiful. Speedmaster Mark 2, yeah. That's a great watch, Orange Hand. Love that. Love that. What's this one? It's another racing dial, isn't it?
Doxa?
Yes, a Doxer, isn't it?
It's very cool. I guess the theme is orange hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I like it. Good
Uh-oh.
one. Yeah, so definitely got the orange theme going.
I think we lost him again.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
But Carlos, yeah,
After
quickly, Carlos. I've seen.
show my orange hand.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
That's my orange hand.
Very nice.
One of the few watches that looks good, at least to my taste, on Shark Mesh. I really don't like Shark Mesh that much, but on the Ploprof and the Baby Ploprof, it just fits.
It does.
Yeah. To me, Shark Mesh and Beads of Rice have to go on a watch where it really fits well,
Yeah.
or else it looks a little bit weird for some reason.
I don't think I could ever pull it off, but Orange Hand, no worries. I posted it back up here.
Yeah, Robert, but some Shark Mesh, actually you have to be careful, because some Shark Mesh is actually made more like a bracelet, where the inside is a little bit more polished, right? Well, I shouldn't say polished, flattened, so it doesn't pull the hairs, because it's kind of like the backside of a normal bracelet, and the outside is more like a regular Shark Mesh, so it's not too bad.
Yeah. Orange Hand, we love the.
Very
sorry,
nice.
Ernest, I'm just saying, Orange Hand, we love the collection, and if you want to jump back on and tell us more about it, we'd love it.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Really cool collection.
Yeah, we loved it. If you want to jump back on and tell us about your Orange Hand themed collection, we'd love to hear about it. Yeah. Sorry, Ernest, what were you saying?
No, I was actually going to say, answer Orange Hand as well. Say that you had a really nice collection.
Yeah. Very.
Yeah. Oh, and no, go ahead. Sorry.
Lots of times when I hear vintage, I think it's going to be a little old gold watch.
Not always the case.
No, not at all.
Not always the case.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with vintage. Not
at all. No.
Yeah.
And you always hear about that with
nothing.
collectors.
We've been talking about birthday watches, and blue shirts. Orange Hand's back. Yeah. Hey, great.
So, what was the brand of that first watch, Orange Hand? The first watch you showed.
Yeah, tell us about your watches.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Oh, we lost him.
Yeah. Well,
he'll come back. He'll come back through.
Yeah. So birth year watches.
Yeah. Blue Shirt's just got his Seamaster 30, 1963, which is a beautiful watch, and got me thinking about birth year watches. And I've been thinking about the Speedmaster Mark III after just seeing Orange Hand's Mark II there. And do you want to could you bring one of those zipper. The Speedmaster Mark III.
I mean, your birth year was such a year for Omega, right? That,
Yeah, I was gonna
sure.
lead on to that. I was going to.
yeah, you kind of have to get an Omega, I guess. For me, though, birth year would be like the excuse for getting a small, like, 34, 35 millimeter dress watch. I think that it would be the excuse
Really?
to justify it. Yeah.
Mark 3. Is this the right one?
Yeah, that's the one. The Speedmaster Mark III.
They're huge.
What do you think?
They are huge.
You never think they're
They
that
are, aren't they?
huge. Yeah, because people always take a picture like the one in the center there, right? Like from the face, so they look like they're just like a 1970s cushion case watch. But as soon as you see a profile picture, you see just how big they are.
Like that.
Like
Yeah.
it's like something from a sci-fi film, isn't it?
Yep.
Exactly. Like 2001: A Space Odyssey.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Look at that.
Where am I?
Which would be kind of ironic, you getting that watch, because you have the Ploprof that is actually reasonably sized, so you could get the Speedmaster that isn't.
That's why I like
reasonably
that.
sized.
That's why I liked it. It's got the same styling as the Ploprof. It's got the baby Ploprof.
Yeah.
But I started off looking at this, and then you mentioned the Speedmaster 125, didn't you?
Yeah, if you can find one at a good price, and you should look on Chrono 24. There's some in Europe that are reasonably priced, I think. But the Speedmaster 125, first off, I think, I know people always give crap to Omega about their limited editions, but I think the 125 is it's a piece that's actually significant because it was a big anniversary for the brand.
Right.
It wasn't like a big anniversary for the Speedmaster, but it was an anniversary for the brand, right?
Right.
And
Yep.
to me, that's more important than the anniversary for the Speedmaster, because it's not like the Speedmaster is a watch that changed the world or anything like that. And on top of that, it's a watch that people seem to ignore. There weren't that many made. It's vintage. It's a significant year. To me, it looks cool, right?
Mhm.
And
It is cool.
yeah, a lot of people are ignoring it. It's a really cool watch.
Yeah, no, when you brought that up, I ran on Chrono 24 and they weren't crazy.
Yep, for what it is, right? I think it's just because they're not that well known.
Right.
Because if you go on Chrono 24, there aren't that many out there. Like if let's say Odinky wrote an article about those watches, there are so few that one article could.
Yeah, they'd all be snapped up. I know exactly what you mean.
It's like maybe 12 on Chrono 24, or however there are, maybe a little bit more.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's a cool watch. I think it looks cool with the shape.
Yeah, no, you know what the shape reminds me of, Thomas? The that kind of blocky shape. It reminds me of the new that 37 millimeter Zenith El Primero, that new one. It's got that same style of blocky case.
I think we lost Thomas.
Oh no, we lost Thomas.
Yeah.
Oh shit!
He'll get back on, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And hey, NATO, we have NATO there.
Oh, NATO, what's up, man? He's at his job.
Yeah, Thomas is back.
Hey, yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
Thomas, I was just saying while you were gone that this Speedy 125, the shape of the case reminds me of the new Zenith El Primero that you and I like.
Yes, that's exactly
that same kind of blocky style case.
That monoblock case. Apparently, they had to fit the movement within the case of this one. I was reading that they had to fit a case within a case to fit the movement in.
And the really cool thing about this one too, why I think people are overlooking and they shouldn't, on top of everything else, right? It was the 125th anniversary of the brand. On top of everything else, this was the first automatic chronograph to be chronometer certified.
Certified, right?
Yep. So it's not the first automatic chronograph, but it's the first automatic chronograph to be chronometer certified. So I think it's a really, really cool watch. It's got the 24-hour indicator. Mm-hmm. It's a chronograph. It's got a date.
Hey,
really, really cool.
Chi-Town, California. How you doing, Chi-Town?
Hey, Chi-Town. How are you?
Hey, man.
Yeah, I like the Speedy Mark III because it was the first automatic, and I've been looking at one for about £1,600, and the birth year one was about £2,400. And then you mentioned the Speedy 125, and the cheapest they start about £2,500, and the birth year one was £4,500.
Wowzers!
Yeah, that's expensive.
I mean, that's a lot of money. I thought, yeah,
it is.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, Chi-Town, do you want to jump on and join the discussion? It'd be great to have you on.
And Robert is asking, what would we recommend as a birth year watch for 1981?
81. Ooh.
I think, it depends if you want a sport watch or a dress watch.
Right.
I think anything late 70s and early 80s, you can find, if you're okay with a smaller dress watch, you can always find nice Vacheron, Constantin dress watches. So that's always a good choice. Or, Omega, unless you just want to get a date just, but I'd get an Omega. I think I'd look out for that.
Right.
Because I don't know if I'd actually want one of those older...
An Omega of the 80s. I'd go for... You know what I'd go for? I'd go for something like a Cartier Santos.
Yeah.
1981. Epitomizes the 80s. A watch from the 80s. It shouts out the 80s.
Yeah, that could be a good choice.
Yeah.
I wonder if 81 is too early for that.
He says he wants a sport one. He says he wants a sport watch. Sport watch from 1981.
Yeah, I think your best bet, if you don't want to spend too much money, would be Omega for those years.
Yeah, Omega. Oh my god. Putting 1980s sport watch.
Actually, what you can do is you can go on Chrono 24 and you can do a search for, let's say, men's watches, and then you can refine your search by year.
Someone mentioned earlier on,
right? Good idea
about a site. A site for
I can probably just
finding birth year watches.
Yeah, there's a site. Don't forget. I don't remember if it's birthyearwatches.com. It's something like that. The only thing about that site is one of those sites. They're kind of like a seller, like a dealer / aggregator of dealers, right? So what they return are what they have or the dealer network that they work with.
Just redirect you to a site,
Right. Thomas, Robert, did you get that email I sent you with the Omega from 1973, that blocky square case one? I sent it to you yesterday from this guy that rehabs old Omegas.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, you sent me a picture of the 1973 Omega. Yeah, that was a nice one. That I thought it was a gold plated one, wasn't it?
And Robert, I think
Yeah, it's
so. I think it was
nice.
pre-tag.
Like
So
a
what?
TV style
1981?
case, wasn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are going to have a lot easier time finding a birth year watch that's closer to normal size than it was for me, because most of the ones that were from 1963 were 34 mils and smaller, and on my wrist that's just they were just too small. So, but anything after the 70s, you guys should be okay, depending on your wrist size, of course.
There you go. Nice
38 millimeter.
Omega Seamaster Calypso, Flow Prof, big orange hand.
Yeah, that one is quartz though, but yeah.
Right.
I mean, you could. There's some Nautiluses for like $50,000 or $60,000 too. Yeah, there's a lot of those Omega Calypsos, but yeah. Look, I mean, there's always the date just route, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a
or
classic.
or a Speedmaster. I mean, you're
Yeah.
going to have a Speedmaster from any year.
Yeah, I find that if you want a sport watch that's vintage, I find that Omega's hard to beat
I agree.
value-wise, you know?
It is, yeah, definitely.
Even dress watches, you know, especially once you understand that they had, you know, the movements that they had in them are, you know, they're more than decent. You know, they were good watches, good, high quality.
Yeah.
They're great buys. And there is in the Netherlands right now, Chrono 24, Robert, there is a Hoyer. It's a quartz, but there is a Hoyer diver for like $500. But yeah, I think it should have been pre-tag. I'd have to Google it, but I'm pretty sure tag came later.
Chi-Town's got an interesting question. What do we
Yeah, I
think
saw
about the 70s integrated bracelet Genta style watches eventually falling out of fashion again?
You know, I don't think it's about falling out of fashion as much as it is people realizing just what they're getting. I think the Royal Oak and the Nautilus, all those watches are great watches, right? But you're paying a ton of money for. Look, I know some people get a Nautilus with complications. I know some people get a Royal Oak perpetual calendar or complications, right? But let's be honest. Most people buy the simple three-hander.
Yep.
Or with date. So you're paying tons and tons of money for the entry-level model for that brand, right? So you're basically paying tons of money for a Calatrava. So great if you have the money, but if you're going to spend a ton of money, there's so
much more.
Yeah, and look, I'm not even trying to steer people away from those brands, right? If you like Patek, fine, but there's like really cool Pateks you can get for $70,000, right? So, it's
sure. Well, I forget who keeps saying that. You know, we're all, and it's been mentioned on several of other channels that, you know, there's a large percentage of members in this hobby, and that they're all chasing the same dozen or so watches, and that's what's driving everything price-wise crazy. And if you can look beyond those hot models, there's so much out there, and there's still a lot of good deals out there.
Yep.
Instead of paying $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 for a Nautilus, look what you could get in Breguet or a Lange & Zone. And the list goes on and on and on and on and on and on and on. Yeah, it's a cool sport watch, but is it really, worth 3 to 4 times what the retail price was. Is if you could get it. There's just so much stuff out there.
Yeah, Chi-Town, exactly. That's pretty much what it is. And I take it one step further, right? People seem to, if they can't get the steel one, or they can't get the one that should have been affordable, then they jump to precious metals, and that's a lot of money you're putting in for an entry level watch, right? So you'll have people that go out and buy a solid gold Nautilus or Royal Oak. So you're putting down like $70,000 retail for, that, like, the entry level to that brand. So it's a tough sell for me.
And you're not getting that kind of money's worth of gold. You're just paying, a premium on something that's just incredibly popular right now. It's just, it doesn't, the math doesn't add up to me.
Yep. And Chi-Town, you're asking exactly what Bear Clooney asked on Facebook and then talked about in his video. You're absolutely right. People would not want those watches anyway. And look, I know, Thomas, you have that. You have the Milgauss, right? And blue shirt, you have the Explorer 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'll come right out and say that those are like some of my favorite Rolexes. I really like them, and one day I'll own one of those. But the reality is that now, like, the Milgauss green is hard to get. Like, when they weren't hard to get, nobody wanted that watch, right? Everybody used to say, it's Milgauss. I was always thinking, like, what do you mean it's not an appealing watch? It's like one of the nicest watches that they make. And then as soon as the dealers started hoarding them in their safes, right, then everybody wants the Milgauss, right? It's crazy. People want them just because they're hard to get.
Even to his, for whatever you think of Archie, he always started with the Polar Explorer. He's like, it's the dog of the range. And how long was it that that was an unwanted watch? Nobody wanted it. Mm-hmm. And then just things have gotten out of control. And I was lucky to get mine. I went in to go look at a used one, and they happened to have a new one that somebody had ordered and decided to get something else. So it was just luck of the draw.
Mm-hmm. And remember, for people that are thinking about buying them for a lot over retail, remember that they're still making a ton every year. Right. And gray market dealers have more and more in stock.
Correct.
That they're not selling.
Right.
So, put your name on the list, do whatever, be patient.
Right. And wait, but don't pay over retail.
Yep. Don't pay over retail.
Over retail. Yep. And
don't go buying a bunch of watches you don't want to get it. Right. Because, that's the most ridiculous thing whenever I hear somebody say, and YouTubers included, right? They come on a live stream and, oh, look, I finally got my Daytona at retail, right? And then they say at retail like 25 times. You didn't get it at retail. Every dollar you lost on every other watch you had to buy to be, quote unquote, offered that watch is what you paid over it. So if you had to buy like 2 Daytonas on, gold on Oyster Flex, that steel Daytona costs you $25,000.
Yeah,
right?
That's a very valid point.
So but again, if you actually want a Datejust and you want a dress watch and you want all these watches, go out, buy them, right? And then put your name on the list and get it at retail. But don't buy watches you don't want. Just
yeah. Do you guys think that the market's gonna start coming back to North America? Well, and I'm saying that assuming that everything is in Asia, that everything is just going to Asia.
Well, I don't know. Look, I think first off, there is stock here, right?
Yeah.
Gray market dealers have tons. Whenever you want, if you're on social media, you'll see all those pictures posted by gray market dealers.
Mhm.
Right now, there's thousands of gray market dealers all holding at least 50 Hulks, right? Those
Right.
watches aren't rare. They're just waiting to sell them at a high markup. And, you know, it's not like this conspiracy from Rolex, whatever. They're good at marketing, and people go in, buy them at retail, and flip them as soon as they exit the store, right? So there's stock out there. It's just, it depends how much you want to pay for those watches.
Yeah.
So if you're patient, you wait, you will get it. But it's going to hurt. What's happening in Asia right now is going to hurt companies, and it's going to hurt gray market dealers. And the economy is showing a lot of signs of slowing down worldwide. So at some point, you're going to have these gray market dealers holding a ton of watches that they can't really sell at the prices that they're asking for. So, you know.
Yeah, well said.
Yeah.
Well said. And eventually you'll see stuff start to come down.
Mm.
Yeah.
I think so. Because everything I've read and everything I've seen is, you know, the dealers in Hong Kong, they're dying. They're dying on the vine over there, and you know, because everybody's got way more important things to worry about than a watch. So things may shift and things may change, and then you'll even see the gray market dealers start to have their prices start to slip.
Yeah,
What good is
one of
it
the
sitting on
Facebook
50
groups.
Hulks? I'm sorry, go ahead.
Just one of the Facebook groups, and it's just a bunch of Canadian gray market dealers, I assume, and they get whatever they're looking for. Like they'll post a looking for post, and within minutes somebody will have what they want.
Yeah, look, that's how unrare these watches are, right?
Yeah.
It's like a Daytona. The best example is a ceramic Daytona. If you have money, you can get one. Like you can get one within a couple of hours. If you go on CanadianWatchCollector.com, there always is one. Okay, they're always asking a stupid price for it, right? But there's always one available. So what does that say about it, right?
For sure. One of the guys that Archie just reviewed his collection. He ran out. He sold his company. He wanted to treat himself. He went gray market and he bought a black ceramic Daytona for $25,000. You know, if that's what you want to do, if that's what's going to float your boat, then yeah, you can go right out and go get one in a couple of hours.
Mm-hmm.
They're there.
Yeah.
Yep. And as soon as that gray market dealer sells it, they have another one.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And as soon as they sell that one, there's another one there. And so Carlos was saying in Panama, it's a great place to buy Rolex. I noticed that in small tourist towns, it's a great place to buy Rolex. So I went quite a few times to a resort town near Cancun in Mexico.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's called Playa del Carmen. And so there's like a high-end shopping district, like right adjacent to the old town center, and there's a Rolex AD. And the last time I was there was, I don't know, not even a couple of years ago, right? Mm-hmm. So a year and a half ago. So right in crazy, like can't get steel sports time, right? And they had right there in the case They had a white Explorer, black Explorer 2, Explorer 2.
Mhm.
They had a Milgauss. They had an Explorer 1, 39 millimeter. They didn't have steel GMTs, but they had a bunch of two-tone GMTs, and they had a few two-tone Daytonas.
Mhm.
They had like the big size Datejust. They had the
Right.
OP39s. They had everything.
This was
And-
all sitting in the case.
Yeah, it's all sitting in the case, and when you think about it, those places they can't. It's a tourist only town.
Mhm.
They can't have a waiting list,
Right.
right? It's people come in and they buy, or they're there to go at a resort and do excursions and stuff like that for a week, 10 days maximum, and you have like people go like they take one day away from the beach or the pool and they go shopping for a couple of hours.
Right.
So you have like maybe at best you have 15 minutes in 10 days of that person's time to sell them a watch if they come into your shop. And you just have to sell it. Nobody's going to say, well, put me on the list for, put me on the waiting list for a Daytona,
Right.
because I might come back within the next 7 years.
Right.
Nobody's doing that. And Robert, you're right. Airport duty-free shops also can have good deals, and you see a lot of stories about airports in Europe where people are just going through the duty-free and they just got a Hulk or they just got like whatever watch, and as soon as they get it, they'll put it in the display counter and they'll sell it within like a couple of hours. So,
luck of the draw.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Kind of like Costco.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Now, what else should we talk about here? Not wolf winders. You guys use winders?
Winders, everybody like puts them down and says they're bad for your watch, and I would definitely not put a watch in a winder for like ever, like 24/7. But I have a cheap one, and you know what it's really useful for? If there's this watch that you want to really, really want to wear that week, and you just set the date and you set everything on it, and for whatever reason you're not going to wear it for 2 days out of that week, and let's say it's not a watch with like a 7-day power reserve, it's really cool to just be able to put in the winder and come back to it 2 days later rather than have to reset it and everything.
Agreed. I have a bunch of winders and I used to use them all the time, and now I don't.
Yeah.
So
they seem like a bit of a novelty.
yeah.
I don't use it now.
And if you want one, again, go on Amazon or something, get one for $50 or something.
Right, exactly.
You'll get one that's wood and that's adjustable. And
Now, as far as have you guys ever looked at the like custom built watch boxes you can get, like on Etsy and whatnot?
I have looked at the ones on Etsy, and the one guy who's on Bill Sanders' watch group on Facebook actually pointed it out to me. And like the guy has the guy's collection is like amazing, right? Puts every high roller YouTuber to shame. His watches are amazing. And he got one for like, I don't know, $50 or something. And it's just really, really cool. And he's got like, his Voutilainen in it and his, Grunfeld and his Mosers and all his watches in it. Looks really cool. But if you look at them really, they all look the same on Etsy. So that's just another instance, I think, of they're all buying it from the same Chinese suppliers. I don't think they're really handmade. But look, what do you need to store your watches, right? Like a box made of wood, with
Yeah.
separators and pillows.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a watch box with, I think it holds 8 or 10, and I got it on eBay for like $30. It's wood. It's got, a glass cut out on top, and it works fine.
Yeah.
Nice.
Ooh, I like that. I've got the cheap $20 6 holder, and I don't need all of that. I'd almost rather make myself something along the lines of this.
Yep. The guy was talking about actually
That's
it's
an
one of those
interesting-
that he has. Yeah.
Yeah.
With the wood that's been burnt with electricity, right? They put like the two contacts on it, and that's what he has, and it looks really, really good. But if you want to get one of those, they really are all made by the same supplier because there's like 20 sellers that sells them.
Right.
So the really cool thing is each seller tries to do something else. So you can get like different pillows, different colors on the lining, so you can really get exactly the watch box you want, right? With the wood stain you want, with the pillows you want, the color you want. And we were talking about wolf boxes before. Blue Shirt, the box that you described sounds a lot like the watch boxes I got for my kids, right? And I got them for that price. And aside from the hinge, that yes is better on the wolf box, almost everything else is better designed,
right,
on those cheap ones than on the stupid wolf ones that I have. The spacing is better, the pillows are better,
right,
everything's better, but for like $30.
Right.
So, yeah.
Shytown puts an interesting question out there. He'd like to see someone weigh the wear of keeping something like a Rolex on a winder versus constantly threading and unthreading the crown to restart and set the watch. I think a watch like a Rolex could withstand the threading and unthreading of the crown to wind regularly, don't you?
I think as long as you're doing it carefully, threading and unthreading, but every time you thread and unthread, you are using up the seal prematurely, right? So that's why, as much as people don't like the sort of compression style thing on the Panerais, right? If you have like a manual wind one, the seal will last longer on a Panerai. But on a Rolex, that watch is supposedly designed to be worn every day. So you could put it on a winder. It shouldn't affect it as long as the winder is adjustable, so that you can make it so that it mimics really what you do when you're wearing it. And it doesn't just every night like you're winding it to, maximum wound. So if you have a good winder, and look, adjustable can mean like the cheaper ones where it turns on for 15 minutes, then sleeps for 30 minutes. That might be enough. You don't have to get like the ones like the Wolf ones where you can adjust it down to how many minutes per day it winds, right? So I think on a Rolex, if you put it on a winder, it's probably like a toss-up. Is it good or not for the watch?
Yeah. Agreed.
Some maple. I'm just admiring the wood here.
If you want to see some really, really good ones, but the site's in Japanese, it's boxes that I'm lusting after. If you really want to see nice wood, I'll put it in the private chat. It's
okay.
But be warned. It's you might end up wanting to spend more money than you should on a watch box. Actually, you know what? I'll get you a better link. If you run it through Google Translate. Don't know if you can still translate. There you go. You can click on this one.
Okay. I might be on it already, actually. It just let me translate this one here.
Okay. Yeah. If Google let you translate it, it's the same thing. So.
Okay. All right. Hopefully it shows up the same for everybody.
Yep. We see it.
Sold out. Oh, yeah. Rare wood.
Yeah, I've priced a couple of boxes from them. I don't know. Maybe one day.
Made in Italy. Oh, yeah. Jeez. Even the hardware is high end, eh?
Yeah.
196,000 yen.
Yeah, to get a nice one, it's like anywhere between on that site. It's anywhere between $400 to $700.
Wow.
But you can get it done however you want. Plus, they have standard sizes, but like their size for 10 watches, they'll let you order for 8 watches. You can put nice bigger watches.
I'll watch. Oh, there we go. Oh. Very nice. Oak. Rare wood.
Yeah, at the top, if you ever over like all watch cases, you can select, let's say, maple or oak, and
Some curly maple. Oh, nice. Three top trees. Okay. Oh, yeah. You get all kinds of different options, I guess, huh?
mm-hmm. Yeah. I even seen they make custom boxes for if you want to lay them all flat, your watches and things like that, and even with like a tray that comes out, right? So if you want to take a tray out and just keep one watch out at a time, things like that. So.
Right on. Oh, wow. They send you a leather sample.
Yeah, they can do that. That's pretty. Yeah. Again, like I said, I can't spend too much time on that site. It gets very dangerous.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
But look at that, right? Like that box, if you're going to keep, like there's some people that will keep just one watch at home at a time, or, the watch they're wearing that, with like burl maple or bird's eye maple or something. It's really, really cool.
Yeah.
I can imagine what these things cost.
Yeah. But for that type of like really high-end box, I think they're not so bad, because if you want to see something ridiculous, you can search for Goya watch boxes. I don't know if you guys know that brand, Goya.
No.
They make like really high-end leather stuff. It's Goya.com. They make like leather that's all like hand painted, hand printed, and so they make like $4,000 watch boxes. So, yeah.
Shytown's got a good point. He's like, I like how we're looking at 2 to 5 watch boxes, not the 12s or 20s. Those are
Yeah.
dangerous tempters for people with accumulator tendencies.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. I'm right.
Oh my God, I've got 2 empty spots in my watch box. I better fill those right away.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm guilty.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh my God, I have 2 empty spots.
I've got to fill this box. I've got to fill this box.
Yeah. And that's better than, oh my God, I've got like 35 spots free.
I'll share these ones as quick as I can here. Those are pretty cool. So these are like the Louis Vuitton of watch boxes.
Yeah, but they're a brand where everything that they make is like super, super expensive, right? Like they make like there's Louis Vuitton bags, there's Hermes bags, but these are like 5 steps above that.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah. It's all like you see that watch roll, right? That pattern's all hand painted. It's insane. And so I think the 8 watch box, I have to look at it exactly how much it costs, but I think it's like pretty. I think it's pretty insane, the price on.
okay.
Yeah, like I just found like a place that sells them. The 4 watch box is 2,700 euros.
Wow.
Jeez.
So, yeah.
I found one on some Omega forums used for $28.50 American.
Yeah.
That's insane. All right.
But that's just for the brand name, right? I still think that
Right.
that that $30 watch box on eBay or Amazon is probably built better. No judging, but still,
All right. Oh yeah. Well, fellas, is there anything else we'd like to discuss?
No, I'm good.
Yeah.
Covered quite a bit, haven't we?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, always nice to talk to you guys, and it was fun. I have to say, thanks for everybody that joined in the chat. It was really cool to.
Yeah, I must say, thanks to Orange Hand for joining us. It was great to see him and his watches.
Yep.
Yeah.
I just wish he could have joined us for a bit longer. And
Right, next time we got to get
Grace
some of
could
you
join us another week.
Some of you other guys need to come on too. Robert and Shytown and Smoke Eater and Howdy and
Junie Johnson.
Yeah, all you guys.
Yeah.
You need to come on.
Get you guys on, definitely. We need to chat to you guys and tell us about your watches and how you got into it all, and
don't
hear from you.
Don't forget to give Flippin' a thumbs up before you guys go.
Yeah, I don't. It generally starts at the same time. Every Sunday is what we're going for, and it's worked out so far, except for Super Bowl Sunday, which is forgivable. So, yeah, for anybody if you want to come on, by all means, it'll be the same time next week. So, keep that in mind.
Yeah.
I try and do the notification an hour ahead. I could start doing it a little earlier, maybe, throw it in a couple hours. Give a little
We might
more
be
heads up.
talking about. We might have a chat about limited editions next week. So if anybody wants to chuck in a few ideas of their favorite limited editions next week, we can chat about that. So if you want to think about that and think of some ideas to bring up, we can look them up.
Sounds like a great plan.
Sounds good, guys. So, okay, well, take care, everyone. And
So yeah, shout out to all the chat, to Ginny Johnson, Chi-Town, California, Smoke Eater, Howard, Texas, Turkey Vulture, all the guys.
Robert Padilla.
Yeah.
Everybody,
Yeah,
thank you.
Carlos.
Yeah, Carlos. Yep.
Carlos, yep.
Thank you, guys. And I'm sure we'll all talk again on somebody else's stream, too.
It sounds good.
Yeah.
Take care, everybody.
Great to see you
Yeah.
all.
Take
We'll
care,
see you
guys.
all online.
Take care, guys.
See you all
Have a
online,
good week.
guys.
Yep.
Take
Bye.
care, guys.
Bye bye.